Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today on the big RPG Nintendo Switch news, we got a lot to cover, but before we get into any of that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get our videos first when they drop. We're streaming and dropping new videos, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we're starting off with a Nintendo Switch eShop sale, deals going down. But instead of boring you guys with all of these games that probably aren't worth your time, I have been nice enough to curate, okay, for the RPG fans out there, 3 titles off of this large list of games, which you guys can check out, link in the description below. And by the way, I'm just joking, there's plenty of great titles on there, but for the sake of time, let's get into these 3 titles here that I think that you guys might be interested in. So first, we have Astria Ascending on the Nintendo Switch. That is usually $39.99. It is on sale for $25.99. Next up is Dragon Quest Builders 2, which actually has a free trial going down for Nintendo Switch Online members right now at this point. So if you want to test out the game, and then if you like it, you can actually buy the full game, you can do that. That's usually $49.99. That is now $29.99 for the sale. And last, but definitely not least, we've got Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Look, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is coming out probably this year, or it's coming out soon. You know, it's going to be sometime within the next year, at least if it gets delayed. And yeah, you might want to check out Mario plus Rabbids. I think it's a phenomenal game. I love the strategy RPG gameplay. The graphics are great. The music is great. The sound is great. This game's awesome. The story's pretty interesting, you know, be it that. So this game's usually $60 on the eShop, at least. It's not going for $60 anywhere else. But if you wanted a digital version, you can get it for $14.99. And there's a lot more sales going on. If you head over to Nintendo's site, they've got more sales. So these eShop sales are actually becoming fairly frequent when it comes down to. Of course, I'll look through and pick out any cool RPGs or action adventure games or certain type of titles that I think that you guys would be interested in. I'll pick them out and kind of point it out to you guys. But remember, check out the full list, link in the description below. So you plan on picking up any of these 3 games or some other games on the eShop sale? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. We've got the interesting thing that I know a lot of you guys are excited about. What is this big new bit of information for Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Yes, we've got that right here. Very interesting when it comes down to the descriptions and setting up more of the plot, the story of what you could expect, which makes this a lot more intriguing. I like where they're going with this here. So let's go ahead and get into it. So there's more details about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, including some key aspects of the game's premise, as well as official character bios. Now, one of the things fans have guessed that will play an important role is time. And yes, time is a thing, because check this out, guys. These soldiers only have a mere 10 years to live and fight. Goodness gracious. Yes, the Ionios soldiers, only 10 years for this. Here's the official description. Live and fight to live in a warring world with a dark secret. Every minute counts for the soldiers of Ionios, who are only given a mere 10 years to live and fight. Join Noah, Mio, members of the 2 opposing nations at the center of this conflict, on a heartfelt journey to the end of a cycle of violence. A group of 6 characters from these nations join together to awaken the colonies of Ionios to the underlying threat both nations face. Traverse massive, fantastical sci-fi landscapes as you expose the true enemy pulling the strings behind the conflicts, which I guess that was the case when they were trying to hunt them down. I'm like, there's probably, yeah, that true person that's really pulling all the different strings behind the scenes, and you have to expose them, but you don't have as much time as you would like because the time is ticking on there. So awesome stuff. Now, obviously, we have the bios as well, so you guys can check those out if you want to see like the VA for the bios and all that type of stuff. It's all there. But here is a little bit of a bonus that Nintendo Everything dug up as well, with the official ESRB description with the teen rating in this game. Here's what it has to say. This is a role-playing game in which players follow fighters through a conflict between 2 nations. From a third-person perspective, players complete quests and engage in melee battle against enemies. For example, animals, creatures, human boss characters. Now, combat is highlighted by impact sounds, explosions, and cries of pain. Cutscenes depict further instances of violence, characters impaled by a sword, which that happens. We all know what happened to my boy Rex in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. A character shooting herself off screen, a man stabbing himself off screen, a handful of scenes depict blood, for example, droplets falling from a wounded character, drips of blood on characters' faces, like my boy Noah got smacked by Mio in that first trailer. Now, some fantasy characters / creatures are designed with revealing armor and or anatomy, deep cleavage. There's a cap on the sales for this here, guys. Deep cleavage is coming. Partially exposed breasts. Goodness gracious, shut it down. This game's not going to sell more. No, I'm joking, guys, right? All right, the words ish with the H, I'm not going to say it here, and bleep hole and let's just say female dog appear in the dialogue. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is due out for the Nintendo Switch on July 29th, 2022, and I could not be happier to read this description. This is what it's about, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Xenoblade Chronicles, where you're going to have these type of things. You're going to have these type of things, and I'm so glad that it's back in all of its glory for everyone to play with the 100 million install base right in the passion and the heat of the Nintendo Switch, so it can maximize those sales and make Monolith Soft something bigger going forward in the future. So I'm really excited for this game. You can tell by the enthusiasm in the voice here, but I like what I'm hearing here when it comes to everything. The premise of the game, the 10 years and kind of like the time mechanic and the hopelessness, but at the same time drive to make sure you can make things better from the future. I do love all the different type of like weapons they've shown so far, how you can change the classes. This seems to me like to be like the ultimate Xenoblade game. It really is. It's combining so many elements that I've seen from various different Xenoblade games that I've played, and I talked about this in my video on Sunday. It's just combining so many things. When I look at it, I see a little bit of X, I see a little bit of 2, I see a little bit of 1, I kind of see everything. I see a bit of Torna, and they just kind of combine everything and their prowess this time with Takahashi Team 1. So man, July, it's coming, and it's going to be here, and it's going to be awesome. And this is easily going to be the best-selling Monolith Soft game of all time, and of course the best-selling Xenoblade game. It's going to pass up Xenoblade 2 fairly quickly, in my opinion. So, what are your thoughts on these new details for Xenoblade Chronicles 3? What are you looking forward to the most based on the information that was revealed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, the action RPG/RPG/adventure/hack and slash stuff does not stop here. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes get some brand new details. Shout outs to Twitter user BK2128, also Nintendo Everything. They've clipped all the highlights here that we're gonna go over, and I'm telling you guys, this is why I liked themed Warriors games more so than just collaboration fan Warriors games or other types of Warriors games. I love when they actually pick a setting, pick an actual game in a series and say, we're going to build off of this game. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, okay, let's do Age of Calamity. Now we have Fire Emblem Three Houses, okay, let's do Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes, because what you're going to see here is them actually paying attention to detail and making the gameplay more in-depth and more varied for users, which it looks like it's already going to blow away Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch. So let's go over these details. Now, each character will have their own preferred class. Some of those will be exclusive to that character. So for example, the main character Shez has this one exclusive class that nobody else can get. Hubert, for example, has a Dark Mage class, and so forth. Now, characters will also have personal skills and apparently attack enemies, and apparently attack elements will come into play. Hubert has Dark Elemental magic stabs, while Hilda can launch Thunder Element attack. The Armored Knight class can reduce damage received by nearby allies. Now, characters can also learn new combat arts / magic by raising the class level. Each character will have different learn set even in the same class. So that's going to provide some of that variety that I was talking about that you don't always see, especially like in Fire Emblem Warriors or in like some of like the Hyrule Warriors games like that. But you see that a little bit more in something like Age of Calamity and now in this game as well. So let's talk about it a bit more. There's more to go over here. So the cost will take points from the weapon durability. Battalion Endurance will deplete every time the leading character takes damage. If it goes to 0, the buff effect will be gone for the remainder of the battle. but they will always be replenished in the next battle. So taking some cues from Fire Emblem Three Houses, character support levels are confirmed. Other than support conversations, they'll also add more to the stat buffs from attaching adjutants. So very good there. I like the support stuff, and of course it rewards you by doing that. Now, some of the game's subquests will reward additional amounts of interactions and training sessions in a given turn. Characters can be sent to do jobs to earn more items and improve support between participants, just like you can do like in the monastery teaching. You can send them out to go do stuff, and then they can actually earn support and get different items, level up, all that good stuff. Now, there are several kind of jobs. Each character will have a different job they excel at. Now, Famitsu shows how Shez can invite 2 other characters for a meal. Each meal type will have different buff effects. Now, other than raising support, meals will also improve morale that would let characters deal more damage in battle. So very reminiscent of Fire Emblem Three Houses, where you can go to the meals and you can kind of have certain things and get buffs and all that. So these are all the little details that are going to make this game, in my opinion, better than Fire Emblem Warriors. And that's what I want to see, and that's why I like when they focus on a particular game and kind of make it like semi-canon or canon in the sense. So I do like what they're doing here quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes. I think it's going to be a good game. June 24th, it's coming out. Nintendo is packing the next number of months with a lot of games, so this is definitely good, and this game's looking awesome. Like, I like the whole angle with Byleth too, kind of being potentially the antagonist in the game, potentially the enemy. We have to wait and see. We need to see where the story's kind of going with that and what happens there, because something tells me that you're going to be able to play as Byleth too at some point or for some reason. So we'll see exactly how Shez and the other crews and everything kind of mix into all of the story, because I'm guessing it's going to take some twists and turns that were unexpected. But what are your thoughts on Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes and all of these new details? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we've got the fan favorite, not really, but we're going to be talking about it, and that is the Famitsu Most Wanted for the April 24th issue, it seems. And remember, guys, Famitsu Most Wanted, they kind of pull the core gamers out there. What are they excited about in Japan when it comes to the games? And it just so happens I seem to be excited about a lot of these games, and you guys do too. Plus, I want to see exactly where games move up or down based on some of the different information that comes out. Obviously, we had some big stuff on Xenoblade, right? People are getting hyped up for potential Bayonetta Splatoon. So let's go over this top 10 here. Number 10, Pragmata, which is coming out at some point on the PS5 with 281 votes. Number 9, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is coming out later this year, probably November, with 313 votes. Number 8, Live Alive, which is coming out this July, and that's going to be hype, 325 votes. Number 7, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on the Nintendo Switch with 413 votes. That's coming out very soon as well, and that's also going to be hype. Number 6, a game that I'm also jealous of because I don't think we're ever going to get it. Well, never say never, but Nintendo Switch, Dragon Quest X Offline, 451 votes. Number 5, the big game that's at the center of attention recently, that's Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Switch, 472 votes for that game. Very good to see it kind of moving up the ranks here as we get closer to the launch. Now, number 4, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, The Eternal, 514 votes. That's always going to be in the top 10 for the most part until it launches. Number 3, Splatoon 3, another game that we got a release date for September 9th. Very excited about that game. It's looking very good, 530 votes. Number 2, Bayonetta 3. I like what I'm seeing here. Bayonetta 3 in at number 2, 546 votes. I want to see Bayonetta finally cross the 2 million mark. Like, that's what we need. If Bayonetta was able to sell 2 million units on the Nintendo Switch, that would be a really good thing. So guys, let's make that happen. Bayonetta is one of the greatest franchises of all time. We need 2 million sales for Bayonetta 3 on the Nintendo Switch. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, so let's get it done. Now, number 1, The Eternal 2 as well, PS5, Final Fantasy 16, a game that I'm also really excited for. I'm looking forward to playing. They haven't really showed much, and I think that they're further behind schedule than they even admitted when they talked about it, but one of these days they'll come out, and I'm used to this. This is how Final Fantasy games are. They just take forever to come out, so they're always developing and tweaking and trying to do the best thing and fixing bugs and all that good stuff. So yeah, it is what it is, and they have a lot of dialogue to translate too, so it's gonna happen. These things happen with Final Fantasy games all the time. So all right, guys, that is the top 10. What are your most anticipated games out of the list here? What else are you looking forward to? And of course, what did you think about the eShop sales, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're someone new. Click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.